and don't necessarily use the hand. So we've got all this target here, so we can just hit it. And we only want a little bit of tension towards the end. So we're going hitting nice and loose, using the body. So the softer we stay, the quicker we get to the target, and we can stay sticky and adding a little bit of pressure downwards. So we're going sticking in and pressure down. And at that point really is only the point where we want some tension. We try not to have tension here, look. You run out of breath really quick, your muscles will get tired, and actually you're not getting a lot of power, you only think you are. The loose, stay loose, and just use your body, and then we're applying pressure and we're coming down with a little bit of a stickiness, sticking down. So a nice hard punch, okay, that was good, moving off your feet, go again. Okay, so I'm just looking to stop this before it gets to this point here. If it gets to this point here, I'm in trouble. I'm looking to stop it nice and early, and I'm looking to press down if we can. Okay, using softness. You'll notice that if he's punching hard, if I punch soft, if I strike soft and just take him past the structure here, break his posture slightly, it's so easy. It's much more difficult if he punches and I block hard. Okay, we both set there solid, we're both stuck in this position. If his punch is harder than my block, who wins? I get moved, we're in trouble. So we're looking, just to start with, to nice and steady now, Jack. Punch comes, we're invading his space a little bit and we're just pushing down. We're using the back of the hand, like we've just been doing, there. But we're going to apply the stickiness, the pressure down, just to break his posture. And if we can get to here, that's good, because he's got to reset to be able to throw that shot. Yes, I've got this hand to deal with here, but by smacking his arm the way that I've just done it, I've just put his brain, which is at the moment in attacking mode, he thinks he's going to destroy my head or whatever he's hitting. I've just now put his brain from attack mode into, oh my god, that hurt, into his arm. He's now thinking about this. Also, if I strike here and I hit at the same time, he's not thinking about anything. Yeah, but we're not going to do that for now. It's a hard punch, and we're just going to, using any of this, this is why I said to you, you don't have to use the back of your hand. Using this is a much better weapon. It's a bigger tool, it's a hard bone. I'm not going sideways, using that short part, I'm using the back thick part for now. Make sense? Have a look up play. We can all learn to punch, we can all learn to kick, we can all learn to block and everything else. But if you can't flick that switch when you need to flick that switch, okay, without trying to bring the tone to really down, but you're going to be in trouble. So you need to be able to flick a switch from everyday Joe to what I like to call attack and destroy. I kind of got it from the Gojo Ryukata, Geksai Daichi, which kind of roughly translates to attack and destroy. And I really love that name, and I think it's a fantastic mindset. But it's got to be instantaneous, it's got to be like that, because without going too far into the self-protection type of things, and we are having a nice time here, but if you do ever get into a situation where you're walking down the street and there's somebody decided that you're going to be a target, you've got to be able to get on their level or above at the flick of a switch, that fast. Because bearing in mind, they've been stood behind that corner self-talking, he's having it. Next person that comes around that corner, he's having it. I'm taking everything off him. He's already psyching himself up, or she, already getting to that level. You've got to play catch up quick, because if you don't, you're in trouble. So I'm not saying now that what we do, you employ that in our bit of training here. I'm just saying it's something to think about. Something to practice in your own dojos, in your own time. Practice flicking a switch. With the risk of me sounding slightly psychotic, I did that from being a kid. Practiced it from being a child. Before I ever went to any martial arts seminars, before I ever did any self-protection courses, anything, I just kind of did that. And it's very, very important because it could well save your life. Okay? Now on a more happy note, let's get back to what we're doing. Take that away, think about it in your own time. I mentioned about the press, I mentioned about staying heavy contact, and I mentioned about driving through, okay? Hopefully that's done enough job. I've hit him with enough power at the side of his neck, because obviously if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. hopefully he's dropped. But if he hasn't dropped, by staying heavy and staying in control of this head, I can maintain control over my opponent. 1, 2. I want him here. From here, you can do what you want. Elbow. We're going to come to that in a minute. Elbow. Hammer fist. Knee. Whatever you want to do, but it all stems from having control of this head. Nice and steady. 1, 2, here. Okay? What I want you to work on is getting that hook, getting the hook to control the head. From there, we're going to feed his hand just under here, and you're going to use the top of his head. Don't go any further than his crown, or don't want you slipping off. So control the top of his head, just tuck it between your legs and pull the arm towards you, and keep control of this, whatever he's got. If he's got a t-shirt on, keep control of his wrist, or just let him drop on dead. But while we've got a gi on, we're going to maintain control. So I don't want to be running after him over here. So try not to do things like this, because you've then got to go chasing him. So we're going to maintain control. So punch comes here, posture, hook, tuck, maintain control. See how I come around with that leg? Luckily I bent my knee to protect. He would have got that in his thigh. Remember that when you're taking people down and doing these kind of things, not everybody falls to them every time as well. So always be prepared to recover quickly. Be prepared for things like limbs flying at you. But if you maintain control here, you can finish and go. Make sense? We've got him into the position. Okay, we tried to tuck him under here, but it's failed. This part's failed now. Okay, so I'm going to readjust. Okay, it's not failed, it's gone down, jump up there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the shoulder to get a bit higher. It's failed. Okay, in this position, take the arm, lock the shoulder. So we're going to strike however you want to strike. Okay, you tried to do the throw. The throw's failed, so we've locked him up into position. It would happen with John. John's flexibility, John's flexibility in his shoulders, ridiculous. He's very, very difficult to use that throw on. His shoulders come back here. So in his position, once we're here, you would have to do something different. We had a little play with the wrist, but from here, if you get this lock on and you can't throw him under, hit him in the back of the head, or her. Strike whatever's available, and then elbow down. So we're now into sort of this part here. Many variations, many applications for all of this. In this short space of time that I'm playing with, this is a little drill we're going to use. But the principles are, we're using softness over hardness, and we're using breaking of posture. So keep that in your mind all the time, and your attack and destroy mindset. So punch comes, bang. Okay? This position, I've tried to tuck him underneath, it's failed. I'll reposition, strike, knee, and elbow. But feel free to strike and do whatever you want from that point. I'm just literally following the line of the kata. If you feel that you want to do a different strike, palm heel. If you feel you want to do a knee before an elbow, it's up to you. Have a play.